Hello, welcome back. In the last episode, we talked about new and enhanced capabilities in the Pro tier of the operations offering. Today, we want to talk about the new capabilities in the Ultimate tiers of the offering. Let's start with SQL Server Monitoring. To better understand how the infrastructure supports applications and IT services, the infra team often needs a full visibility of performance KPI from those applications and services. The challenge today in many of organizations is that those data is typically owned by a different team and generated by different tools. The difficulty of accessing those data prevents a customer from isolating the problem quickly and optimizing the environment proactively. To solve that problem in this release, you can now use a containerized Nutanix collectors in the Prism Central VM to remotely monitor and get the KPI data from a SQL Server instance without installing any new piece of software or a in-guest agent. Those data will be fed into the system through the Crawlstream interface. Crawlstream is a collection of interfaces that were built in to allow any third-party system to streaming the performance data, alerts, and add new actions into the Crawlsplay. Once those data is in the system, then the cross-fit machine learning can analyze those data and generate signals such as the shortage forecast or anomaly detection. And those signals, in turn, can trigger a playbook that customer to build easily to isolate the problem, fix it, or optimize the environment. Now let's take a look how that's going to work in a product demo. In this release, we provide a out-of-box content pack that you can use that to connect to your Microsoft SQL Server to get a key performance indicator into the Prism. So let's take a look where you can get that. So in the operations menu, now you can see there's an integration submenu, and going there, you can use that to connect the Microsoft SQL Server instance. Once you connect it, you will be able to get the KPI and query information from those instances. So for example, here I have two SQL Server instances being configured. Let's just click on one of them, take a look what you can see over there. And you can see lots of metadata, such as the SQL Server version number, how many database over there, what is the host or VM that the SQL Server is running on. And that becomes very crucial information to help you to correlate the performance between the SQL Server and your infrastructures. You can take a look how many databases that the SQL Server instance includes, what their performance situations. You can even look into what kind of queries running this instance to give you an indication whether there's a long-running query that could have lots of I/O demand. You also see real-time metrics data such as the SQL Server instance CPU utilizations, memory, the number of active connections, the cache hit ratio, lots of SQL Server specific KPI we directly get from the SQL Server itself. And those data will be help you understand the application and the infrastructure together. And most importantly, those data will also be applicable to our machine learning, and therefore studying can learn the behaviors. It will generate the anomalies, and you can set up alerts for that. And those alerts in turn can use as a triggers to trigger an automation process you can do using the Crawlsplay. So now the whole operations automation benefits that we have in the infrastructure tier be extended into application tier. In the next episode, we're going to go through the other new capabilities in the ultimate tiers of the operations offering. Stay tuned.